Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Pharma-Fun4us. In today's video, we shall learn about the life cycle of the medicine. We will learn about the complete manufacturing process from its discovery to its availability in the market. I have made this video into two parts for better understanding as this procedure involves many steps. And to make it easier, we can learn it in two parts. My name is Abidunisa Begum. I have done masters in pharmacy and I am a technical and a soft skills trainer. Coming back to the video, the agenda of today's video is to learn about the drug development, drug discovery and target selection, lead generation and optimization, and the non-clinical studies. In the drug development, it takes 12 years or even more and $1 billion on an average for a medicine to come into existence after it has been discovered. So medicine development is a high risk venture. Now, why do I say that? Because 98% of the medicines that enter into development, they do not make it to the market due to various reasons. One of which could be the risks over benefits of the drug, or the expenses that are there, because R&D is an expensive process and requires many sources and investment in every phase. So that could also be another reason. I also read in one of the articles that said that more than 2 million clinical studies were going on around the globe. And however, since the Food and Drug Administration, that is FDA, that came into existence in 1938, so till 2013, they approved only 1453 drugs. So, in other words, we can say the success rate of the experimental drugs making it to the pharmacy shelves or even your medicine cabinet is very low. So, but if you think that is very low, you should see the success rate of preclinical studies making it to the clinical studies. So, according to the same article, only 5 out of the 5,000 preclinical studies will be tested on humans. And only one of those 5 will be approved by the FDA. So according, if we see all these statistics, we can see that nearly 7.3 million drugs were reviewed by the FDA since 1938, and they approved only 1453 drugs. Wow. And then we wonder why these branded drugs are so pricey. So now we know that. Coming to the manufacturing process, the first step is the drug discovery. The necessity for drug discovery. Why is it necessary? Because of the unmet needs. What are unmet needs? That there are no suitable medicine available or for to treat a disease, or even if the drug is available, the patient cannot consume it due to its side effects. That is the reason why there is a need for drug discovery and development. The next step is the target selection. What is target selection? When body processes are not functioning properly, or when there are certain organs in the body which are not functioning properly, that is when you need to check what's wrong. And this abnormal organ or this abnormal process that is being carried out is called as the target. That is where the drug has to react or drug has to act. Then we come to the lead generation. Lead generation is the third step involved. What is this lead generation? We can say that in this stage, you need to find out the molecule that reacts with the target. And that molecule is called as the lead. Testing of these leads is called as the screening process. This lead usually has a weak effect. The lead that was discovered, it has a very weak effect. So different procedures are carried out to enhance the effectiveness of the drug. And then they are tested again for efficacy. So whichever molecule passes the test, it's called as the candidate medicine. So that is the lead generation. Coming to the lead optimization, which is the fourth step. In this stage, what happens, you have to patent or the registration of the molecule or its information that you gathered, like the scientific and technical information that you gathered about the molecule, has to be patented or registered, like its molecular structure and its effect. Why? Because you have to protect its intellectual property. That is the reason this stage is important. The next stage in the drug development process is non-clinical testing, safety testing, or you can also call it as a preclinical testing. This is divided into two subcomponents: in vitro and in vivo testing. In vitro testing samples, this examines the drug molecules interaction in test tubes and within the lab setting. In the test tubes you are doing this. And then in vivo testing, this involves the drug and drug molecules on animal models and in other living cell structures. But all these have to be carried out based upon the rules and regulations laid by the good laboratory practices, that is the GLP. So they have, these practices, they have certain guidelines as to which study has to be carried out on which animals. So these studies, they do not only show the safety profile in animals, but they also provide the important information about what happens to the drug in their body. That could be the absorption, distribution, metabolism, and excretion of the drug. So although the efficacy is beginning to be established here, safety is the safety is the most paramount, or most important thing, as the FDA will not let the preclinical studies to move into human trials without the extensive study, or extensive data on the safety of the drug. This is the stage where the researchers will will take thousands of drug molecule candidates down to between 1 and 5, only between 1 and 5. By the time the preclinical studies have ended, have been carried out, many years would have already passed. Then you have an investigational new drug application that you have to file. So in this step, uh, this is the point where the FDA will scrutinize the results from the preclinical testing, look at the side effects and other safety features of an experimental drug. They will examine the drug's chemical structure and how it's believed to work, and take its first look at the manufacturing process of the drug. Then, if the FDA approves a drug developer's investigational new drug application, then it can move into human trials. An investigational new drug approval is also the point at which a patented drug's 20 years exclusivity period begins. Okay, so after this, there are the next steps that will be the clinical studies, that is also done in 3 phases. Then new drug application filing, and then the marketing of the drug. There are many other steps that also follow. So in the next part of this video, we shall learn about all of them. And then till then, thank you very much. Stay tuned. Bye bye.